Okay, there were a few scenes where he makes decisions that ultimately fail, but I don't know if those count. I think he approved the mission to go after the owl, but he approves missions. Wow, much head, very institute. Just don't make Alec the head of the institute and then have him battling all the time and not actually running the institute. If running the institute is too boring for an audience, why make him the head of the institute? We've seen Alex spend entire weekends at Magnus's place, right? He's there for days at a time, and the Institute, I guess, just runs itself. Remember that episode where Alec being with Magnus all day, and it ends with them casually cooking dinner? Like, this man is not the head of the Institute? Doesn't Alec have any responsibilities? He can go off on missions for days at a time. He went to save Clary, and also the whole thing where he got stabbed by Jace, which I'm not even gonna get into. And his wrist was broken, but no one cares. And he could have died there. And then the New York Institute just wouldn't have had a head, I guess. Like, as head of the Institute, Alex shouldn't be so willing to put himself into danger, but then he wouldn't be part of the main cast going on missions. So they have this weird thing where they're trying to have their cake and eat it too, by having Alec be head of the Institute and be like this important figure who makes decisions, but also he's lazing about Magnus's apartment every day. I'm not saying he should stay in the Institute all the time, but the stay in the Institute to actually doing work as head of the Institute ratios, it's off balance, I'm just saying. He makes decisions sometimes, and usually these decisions go horribly wrong, and they have to fix them, but he doesn't act like head of the Institute. We see him being scolded by the Clave. It's like, oh wow, Alec, you make terrible decisions. Alec is always being scolded by the Clave. Why is he still head of the Institute? Why not replace him? I don't understand. I really don't. He's scolded all the time for letting stuff happen in New York, but he still has the position. It'd be like in real life if your boss scolded you all the time, told you were a terrible worker, you did a horrible job at literally everything. Like if you worked at a fast food restaurant, you burned all the fries, you got every single order wrong, and you were just a terrible worker. And your boss, instead of firing you and replacing you, decides to give you a raise, which definitely happens in the real world. What was I doing? I went off on that random tangent.